Almost burned my tongue, but then I poured it into a paper bowl, and my mouth couldn't help but smirk. After sealing the lid, she started rehearsing her lines, ready to charm the socks off that girl. Little did she know, Mom snuck up right behind her. Who knew that not dieting could be this interesting? You're too skinny to diet. Who's skinny? Mom, why are you shouting? Your footsteps barely make a sound. Wait, you're making soup? Whose is all this bento stuff? Who's eating this? Lovey-dovey bento, are you crushing on someone? Tiankuo zipped over on his bike just as the girl returned. She hurriedly fixed her hair, wanting to impress. Subtitles. Tiankuo took out his specially made thick soup, exclaiming with pride that this was truly his ultimate move. This was his special treat, but the girl snatched the paper bowl and took a sip, her eyebrows shooting up in delight. The girl gently tapped her cheeks and then lowered her head, while Tiankuo was about to boast but noticed she wasn't even looking. The moment she saw the real bento, her eyes sparkled like she'd found treasure. The ingredients looked fancy. The girl opened the door and Tiankuo followed, watching her draw an enormous chicken leg on paper. She sketched every missing bento in her book. Tiankuo marveled at her spacious home, and she explained, "Deaf people rely on visuals to aid hearing, so her home is open." She inquired about prices. Tiankuo kept interrupting, but the girl rushed into the bathroom with her clothes, leaving him bored. Flipping through photos, her face beamed with sweet smiles, and suddenly she caught a glimpse of a shadow behind a mosaic, and her mind went wild. Imagination surged, but as the door rose, her nosebleed gushed. The girl flung the door open. She swiftly turned around to dodge, yet her heart was still pounding, so Tiankuo called Mom for a day off. He followed the girl to the street, acting as an idol, dancing happily for each step. Tiankuo joined in on the fun, throwing a coin down, and she instantly twirled into a dance. But unfortunately, there were far too few coins. She began making funny faces in an attempt to make the girl laugh. But the girl was clearly poker-faced and unamused. Tiankuo had to tone down the antics, her eyes suddenly softening. Her gaze deepened with sweetness, a cozy understanding blooming between them. Suddenly, someone tossed money, interrupting Tiankuo's confession. She looked dejected, watching the girl give flowers to an old man. "You've got to throw her more coins to get her to dance." She hurriedly fished out more coins as she finally clocked out, handing over a glass of lemonade. Then, she invited the girl out to dinner, splurging like it was her birthday. The night market was packed, buzzing with life. They manned an enormous ball and split tasks, with the girl hunting for seats. Meanwhile, Tiankuo ordered a feast. With every plate that arrived, she glanced nervously at her wallet, but they had the great time munching away. The girl even drained her noodle soup, and Tiankuo watched her with heart eyes, especially when it was time to settle the bill. The girl counted coins as a queue formed. Embarrassment showed on Tiankuo's face. She took out cash. She just went ahead and paid, leaving the girl silent as a clown during the walk back. Clearly, the earlier event put the girl in a mood, while Tiankuo cluelessly showed off, oblivious to how serious it was. Tiankuo only thought about her mood, silently wishing her happiness, while secretly hoping, "Please let me find happiness too." Inside, she repeated, "Wish me happiness, her hopes bubbling up like a soda." She tried explaining the relationship between the boss and customer. She overlooked the girl's feelings, not realizing how hard she earned those coins. Good intentions don't always translate into understanding, right? She just chatted away, and this led Tiankuo to be left behind on his bike, feeling a little ditched. Visiting the pool 10 times in 3 days, she failed to spot the sisters, nor did she see them on the pedestrian street. A feeling of loss washed over Tiankuo, as if something important slipped away. When she glanced at the 1 yuan coin tossed into the box, the girl's intent finally clicked for her. That was money she worked hard for, as she intended to use it to treat herself. Although she meant well, she truly hadn't thought about how the girl felt. She found herself back at the noodle shop practicing her romantic signs, but the owner soon she was deaf and bluntly talked about the girl. Though the girl was adorable, they lamented she was mute. No one's marrying a mute, right? I'm just going to pour out a little bit of grievances here. It doesn't mean what's heard is true. She's a listener. We're auditory folks. She's a special person with a name, Yangyang. She planned to eat more noodles, but set the bowl down angrily, hid her love-filled book, and searched her pocket. Just like the coins in the girl's pocket, this time she took her time counting, having not been in touch with the girl for days. feeling utterly burnt out. Dad arranged a fancy fruit platter, hoping to cheer up his son, but without the girl, life lost its flavor for Tiankuo. Subtitles. Dad noticed her emotions and patiently tried to comfort her. I know. I had 23 breakups before meeting your mom. SHHH, don't let her hear.